Hey there guys, thanks for visiting my movie vlog. My name's John Campea. You know, Avengers Infinity War is coming up on us pretty quick. And ironically, it seems like the thing that everybody wants to talk about most isn't what's Thanos going to do here? How will Hawkeye be in the film? What are they going to do with this action here and all? No, the question everybody seems to be asking, who's going to die? And a lot of theories are going around about who might kick it in Avengers Infinity War. Could Iron Man die? Could Captain America die? Could Ant-Man die even though he's got his own movie coming out? Could Vision die since he's got the stone there? Could Doctor Strange die even though he just had his first film? There's a lot of theories going around. But I want to suggest to you one of the characters that I think might actually die in this film. Now look, a lot of people feel that somebody needs to die in order to raise the stakes a little bit, to make that feel of dread and impending doom feel all that more tangible. And I don't necessarily disagree. But I want to suggest to you a character who I think could be on the chopping block, maybe by herself, maybe not by herself. But that character is Pepper Potts. So why do I think Pepper Potts, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, could be one of the MCU characters to kick it in Avengers Infinity War? Well, I've actually got 3 reasons why I think Pepper's gonna die in Infinity War. Reason number 1, Pepper Potts is a significant member of the MCU. Look, Avengers Infinity War will mark the 6th appearance of the character Pepper Potts in the MCU. She was in Iron Man. She was in the very first MCU film kicking off the entire MCU, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, The Avengers. She was in Spider-Man Homecoming, and now, of course, we've got her in Infinity War. And I think most people would agree that if you're going to kill a couple of characters to increase the sense of stakes, it has to be significant players in there. And I think the simple length of her involvement in the MCU, not to mention she is the closest character in the world to Tony Stark, who is one of the key, most important members of the MCU, makes her a vital key person in the MCU up until this point. So I mean, something like a Pepper Potts dying would be way more significant than a Quicksilver dying, who popped up in one film and died later that same film. Pepper's been in this MCU right from the beginning. Reason number 2 Pepper Potts is going to die in Infinity War is that her dying will have a deep, emotional, and dramatic impact on another key player in the MCU, obviously, Tony Stark. We want the heroes in our movies to go through a hero's journey, to go through highs and go through lows, to go through a little bit of suffering and pain so they can come out on the other side. And nothing in the MCU would have a deeper and more profound effect on Tony Stark and be the biggest trial and tribulation in his life, one of the key characters of the MCU, than the death of Pepper Potts. I mean, if you think Tony was heartbroken in Civil War because Captain America stood against him, that is nothing compared to the character-altering event that the death of the love of his life, Pepper, would be on him. This is a terrific opportunity to throw an obstacle like that at a major character in such a way. Having Pepper die would have a profound effect. My 3rd reason Pepper Potts is going to die in Infinity War comes with a few asterisks besides it, but you'll see what I'm talking about here. See, Pepper Potts dying would offer a segue to move Tony Stark out of the MCU. Now, of course, that reason comes with a couple of disclaimers. Number 1, it assumes that Tony isn't going to die in Infinity War or Avengers 4. A lot of people think he might. I still don't think he will. But even if they don't kill him, that doesn't mean they couldn't transition him out of the MCU, but leaving the door open for him to come back in 3, 4, 5 years down the road. For that to happen, you would have to come up with a really damn good excuse about why Tony Stark is still alive in the world, but isn't getting involved in the affairs of the Avengers or protecting the Earth as it is. The death of Pepper Potts would give him that segue. The death of Gwyneth Paltrow's character would give Tony Stark's character the excuse of withdrawing himself. If Pepper dies in Infinity War, we could see Tony finishing off the job of saving the world, but then going, you know what, guys? I'm out. I've got to back away. I'm a shell of a man that I used to be, and he backs out, which would still leave the door open if they wanted to get Robert Downey Jr. back into the MCU in a few years' time. They could do it. The death of Pepper offers them that opportunity to do just that. So those are my 3 reasons why I think Pepper Potts is going to die. Now, before we end this video, let me offer you some counter arguments to go against my own position. Here's one reason why Pepper may not die, and that reason is IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, they currently list Gwyneth Paltrow as appearing in Avengers 4. If she appears in Avengers 4, that kind of takes out the idea of her dying in Avengers 3. However, then you still have to keep this in mind, is that IMDb is not always completely accurate with movies that are upcoming. Also, even if she is appearing in Avengers 4, it could be a dream sequence, it could be a flashback, it could be a lot of different explanations for that. Another counter argument to maybe having Pepper die in the movie is that you could argue that she simply won't have a big enough presence in the movie to justify her own death scene. I mean, look, we haven't seen her in any trailers, any posters, anything like that. She simply just may not be around in the movie enough to justify a really big moment in a character's presence, which is a death scene. That's a huge big deal, and her character simply may not justify that in this movie. So there you have it, guys. My reasons why Pepper Potts is going to die in this movie, and a couple of counter arguments to that as well. Maybe you have some of your own counter arguments. Maybe you have some other reasons she's going to die that I didn't think of. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. And listen, guys, while you're here, take a second, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you click that thumbs up button. Leave your thoughts below. That'll do it for me, guys. My name's John Campea. Thanks a lot for joining me, and until my next video, bye-bye.